Hey guys, how are you? So anyone who knows me knows I'm a huge fan of managed cloud hosting. So there are many different types of hosting options out there for you. What I'm going to do in this video, we're going to go over the different options so you have an understanding of them, and you'll see why if you're writing web apps, and we use Laravel here, if you're writing web apps, whether it be Laravel based or Drupal based or .NET or whatnot, you want to use a dedicated managed cloud hosting option because developers shouldn't be spending their time provisioning and managing servers. Anyway, let's just jump into it. So I'm at this website, DevRims. So DevRims is the sponsor of this video. They are a managed cloud hosting solution provider specializing in Laravel, one-click Laravel install. So if you're doing some serious Laravel development, you may want to check out DevRims. Anyhow, so they wrote out an article. I'll give you a link to it because it's got a lot of detail, a lot of information in here. I won't go through the whole thing in this video, but let's just cover a few bullet points. So they have a nice diagram here, the types of web hosting: shared hosting, VPS hosting, dedicated hosting, cloud hosting, managed cloud hosting. So shared hosting is just your traditional type of hosting, right? Where a hosting company will have a dedicated physical box, a piece of hardware on there. They'll have a hosting software like WHM or something, cPanel. They'll throw a bunch of website in this one server, physical server and software server. It's fine for simple little things, but the problem with that is that there's a lot of limited capability there. So when you're on a shared hosting plan, you can do very little in terms of managing and configuring your own web application, your website. And a lot of security potential risks there. I've been in situations where somebody else on the server, some other website started doing some crazy stuff, took down the whole server. So your site is offline, not because of something you did, but because of somebody else did on their website. So shared hosting is something you should only do for very basic websites, not for application deployment, in my opinion. So you don't want to go there. So the next option right beside it is VPS hosting. VPS hosting is basically shared hosting, but virtualized. So again, you got a bunch of little virtual servers that are on one piece of hardware. You get a little bit more control, a little bit easier to migrate and so forth. There's some advantages over traditional shared hosting, but you also have a lot of disadvantages. Not as much control. You're at the mercy of other people on this piece of hardware because still you're sharing a box, you're sharing hardware with a whole bunch of other websites. So it's not so secure. So again, it's better than shared hosting, but it's not something I would use for any serious web app, that's for sure. So the best solution, of course, is using managed cloud hosting. So managed cloud hosting gives you the best of both worlds, really. You have the advantages of cloud hosting, so you're not reliant on a piece of hardware. You don't have to worry about other people on a particular server taking down your site. And you have tremendous flexibility and power. And because it's fully managed, you don't have to worry about configuring, installing, doing backups, retrieving backups. All this stuff is taken care of for you. So this essentially frees up all of your developers' time to actually do what they do, and that is develop. So DevRims, check out their site here. They offer fully managed cloud hosting. This article gives you a lot of details of pros and cons of the different types of hosting. They provide one-click install, which is very cool. Saves you a lot of time. Again, developers shouldn't be worrying about provisioning and managing servers. They should just be developing. I think this sentence here gives a good summary of why you want to go with managed cloud hosting over any other type of hosting. With a managed cloud host, you'll get all the benefits of the cloud, including scalability, hour-based pricing, flexibility, and reliability, without worrying about server management and hosting issues. You have to understand when you are managing your own server, you have to deal with server maintenance, security updates, performance tuning. You don't want to spend your time doing that. Trust me, I've done it. So I'm going to show you how easy it is to install a Laravel app on the DevRims platform. So we're going to set up an account here, standard stuff with the activation. So we're in already. Gives you a list of all the features you get with the Limitless platform. So I'm going to create a server for my PHP Laravel app. I choose which version of Laravel I'm going to use. Very simple. I can then select my tech stack, LAMP or LAMP. So you got all the configuration options, versions of MySQL and PHP, etc. Very simple, point and click, no config. Then you choose your provider. So the DevRims sits on top of DigitalOcean or AWS. So it's a layer that basically takes care of the complexity of using these two cloud platforms. Then you can choose your server location. So if you think most of your clients are going to be near San Francisco, select that. If you think they're going to be closer to London in the UK, select that. This whole process here we just saw where we're selecting servers and so forth. You're doing stuff in seconds that used to take much longer than that, trust me. So now you can select whatever level hosting you need in terms of CPUs, RAM, disk size, etc. Again, all point and click, very trivial, easy to do. We put in the server name. So this is a test, so we're just going to put in test. So now we pressed deploy and the server is being launched. Simple as that. As you can see, you can easily add new servers just by clicking on the add new server option. And you see the current server you have running. So it's pretty self-explanatory. Gives you the IP address, etc. So you got all the details about the server. Makes it easy to set up your SSH and SFTP access to the server. Now here we're installing a WordPress-based application. Again, point and click, very simple. Just want to show you how easy it is to add multiple applications to your server without having to do any configurations. That's the key to all this. That's what you're paying for. You're paying for that ease of deployment, and the DevRims will handle all the management for you. You even can decide what type of caching you want to use for your WordPress install. Pretty cool. You can even set up firewall ports so you can access your database remotely. So you can set up the ports and all the various security configurations. Very simple to do. Again, like we did before, now we select whatever plan we need for this particular install. Built into the platform is a knowledge base, chat help, and you can submit tickets. Very self-explanatory, easy to explore. No need to hunt around the web to figure out what's going on here. Again, you submit support tickets and you can get instant chat. You can see the chat icon in the bottom right-hand corner in orange. Pretty cool stuff. There you go. I invite you to check out DevRims. Check out that article, very informative. Check out the link below. And if you are developing applications with Laravel, check out their fully managed Laravel-based cloud hosting and free yourself of server management woes. That would be a good move.